Hello everyone and welcome back to We Got to a Toe minisode. Low effort, low stress.
That's right.
We're just gonna pump this out here so that because there's a big gap between episodes and we just need to fill that hole.
That's right.
With the delicious, creamy podcast.
That's right. We're all about spackling the holes for our listener.
That's right. We're filling your podcast hole. Here we go.
Okay. All right.
So this is just like the little cast off bits. I just thought we could go through one of my own personal bugbears, which I've described to Reese a while ago. But basically, people who post comments on like tech websites are the most ideologically cucked individuals alive. How familiar are you with like the comment sections of like, I don't know, tech websites?
I assume they're Redditors that can't handle the pressure of getting downvoted. So they just go to, what is this, techspot.com? That sounds about right.
Yeah, there are two. I'm not going to troll through WCCF Tech, which is like an infamously shitty spot for comments, because those comments are basically just like fanboys in the comments fighting about like AMD and Nvidia and Intel and shit like that. And it is insanely shitty, but it's too banal for us to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
In this one in particular, I love TechSpot's comment section just because it is a den of like bootlicking idiocy. In a way that like WCCF Tech just can't manage. Like WCCF Tech isn't coherent enough to be interesting to look at, basically. But TechSpot, let's just get into this. You know, no more preamble. So the article we're going to look at here is Jeff Bezos became $13 billion richer yesterday. And then another article called Twitter accounts of Barack Obama, Apple, Joe Biden, and more hijacked for crypto scam. You remember that one, Reese?
I do remember this one. It was a beautiful day.
It was a wonderful day when every single, so many fucking big accounts just posted out, I am giving back to my community. Send a Bitcoin here and I will send you twice as many Bitcoins back.
I honestly love the people who are bamboozled by this. I have nothing but warmth and empathy for anyone who looks at Barack Obama saying, if you send me $1,000 in Bitcoin, I'll send you $2,000. I just want you to prove to me that you have the Bitcoin. And people are like, yeah, that's right. We're all in the Bitcoin thing together, man.
They managed to make, I think that article might actually be worth reading all the way through. But let me just go into let's go into these articles so that we can actually get into the comments. So it's like, what just happened? Not only has the COVID-19 pandemic devastated lives, killing around 500,000 worldwide, it also brought economic meltdown in numerous countries. Many have found themselves unemployed or poorer than before the lockdowns began, but it's been a lucrative time for Jeff Bezos, who added $13 billion to his net worth in one day. Blah, 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 blah. Bezos getting even richer will be a hard pill to swallow for many at Amazon. The company has never had the best reputation when it comes to how it treats employees, some of whom took part in a recent sick out alongside Whole Food workers to protest COVID-19 conditions. Bezos isn't the only billionaire to increase his fortune during the pandemic. Forbes writes that the 25 wealthiest people on its rich list added almost $255 billion to their net worth between March and May. Now, Reese, in an article like this, what would you expect the comments to be like?
I mean, would I expect the TechSpot comments to be like, or just in general?
Just in general.
In general, it's like, at the very least, is like, man, you know, it's, even if I'm like a dipshit capitalist, I'm like, well, right now we need to not die of this pandemic. You know, maybe this is the sign of something that's maybe a little sick. You know, maybe we just need to regulate the markets 1%. At least.
Well, I think that honestly, you're not too far off, but I would say in response to something like this, I'd be like, let us kill Jeff Bezos. Let's kill him.
I mean, that is, of course, you are representing the correct opinion, as
Right.
you often do. That we should we should pour a bucket of lava on Jeff Bezos in Minecraft. Let's say.
I'm gonna read some of these comments for you. I'm gonna ask you to notice a theme here. All right, Reese.
I'm ready.
All right. Sir Digby says, "Good for Jeff, but I am very sick of rich people and wish them misfortune in a very immature and spiteful way. With my adult hat on, I appreciate there are many purposes served by the top 1, 2, 5, and 10%, and there will always be a few degrees of wealth disparity, but I feel like they could be serving that purpose much better for the greater good rather than their own interests. But I guess that's how they get into these positions in the first place." Okay, so that's not a bad comment, but like,
no, I would say that's reasonable enough.
Good comment. Good comment. All right, but you're gonna fucking see something. I have no disrespect for the man, but I am a firm believer that every company in the blah 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 flat 25% tax on earnings regardless of deductions, blah 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 blah. Just fucking taxes. And then here's the next one. I have nothing against business owners getting rich if a business runs well. After all, they made it happen in the first place. That being said, I do have something against hoarding such wealth while your workers are seriously underpaid. I found an entire thread of Elizabeth Warren voters, Reese.
I mean, honestly, this is better than I thought we were gonna get.
But like every single one, look at this. Good for Jeff. No disrespect. I have nothing against business owners. And then like, here's where we get to the real shit. Those people are not working for him, are working at Amazon. You can't expect him to pay the workers out of his own money because it doesn't work like that. His earnings are proportional to Amazon's earnings for this year's, and those are way higher. He personally doesn't have any obligation towards them. Fuck. How about you take like 80% of your whole cash deposits and give them to free somebody, to some nobody that you know nothing about? What same person would do that?
I mean, yes. If you are that rich, if you are so rich that there's nothing you can do with that money, really. You're just comforted. Everything is answered for you for the rest of your life. Yes, that wealth should go to a stranger who you've never met. Thank you. I agree.
Man, but like now that we've had this initial wave of like cringingly obsequious criticism, just sort of like couching everything, and it's like, oh please don't interpret that I might not like capitalism, please. And now we get just like the fucking brain dead chuds defending it.
Hey, I hate this one from Bruce K, where he's like, are we going to get daily updates of his wealth going up and down a few billion every business day? Personally, I'm feeling better off by having Amazon.
Oh my God.
And all of that as options, even when I end up choosing different ones. My relationship to Amazon is as a customer, but I feel they've made me richer, not poorer.
Oh, fuck.
Because I can get mailed Bad Dragon dildos overnight.
I wish they sold Bad Dragon. Bad Dragon ships directly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it usually takes 2 to 3 months for your product to arrive. I know this for reasons.
If you want to make Alton a capitalist, you found the chink in his armor.
That's right. The only good capitalism is novelty dildos. All right, so how about, do you want to read this next article for us? Recount the heady days of July.
Of July 2020. Well, I mean, I was so bummed out I was unable to speak in July, so it's a good time to return there and say some things.
Right.
Twitter accounts of Barack Obama, Apple, Joe Biden, and more were hijacked for a crypto scam. The compromised accounts sent out scam messages familiar to many internet users. They began with the pledge to give back to the community, with some mentioning COVID-19, and promises those that sent Bitcoin to the included address would receive double in return.
Oh, can I do my Barack Obama impression here?
Yes.
I'm giving back to my community due to COVID-19. All Bitcoin you send to my address below will be sent back double. Send me $1,000. I'll send back $2,000. Only doing this for the next 30 minutes. Enjoy.
And I got one from Joe Biden here. Can I do my Joe Biden impersonation?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Listen, you don't like it, you can vote for someone else.
If you don't like it, you can send your Bitcoin to someone else.
According to public records, around $120,000 was paid into the perpetrator's wallet. Half of the senders had funds in U.S. Bitcoin exchanges, a quarter in Europe, and a quarter in Asia, according to the forensic company Elliptic. That amount could have been even higher were it not for multiple crypto exchanges blocking payment after their Twitter accounts were hacked. To stop more messages being sent out, Twitter locked down all of its verified users, as accounts were able to retweet old tweets, but some took to constructive messages out of a single word or letters. Musician Lil Nas X uses recently created unverified accounts.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I fucking forgot that they fucking locked down all new tweets.
No, but it was just the
check marks. Yeah.
That was the true best time on Twitter. When the rats froze up and came for a day for an hour.
Fuck. Oh, I can't believe that I forgot about that. That was such a glorious day when all the fucking blue check marks couldn't even fucking tweet. Fuck.
So yeah, the rest of it's just like, can you believe that this would happen to Twitter? They're trying to deal with it. The incident of disaster for Twitter's reputation. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but what a glorious day! I just wanted to remember that, just because it was so much fucking fun. Like, people getting fooled by like Barack Obama saying he wanted to give people Bitcoin money.
Yeah, and
Joe Biden doesn't even fucking know what a Bitcoin is.
They have like a picture of of somebody retweeting the Every Word account, being like, "Let me tweet,"
and then butts.
Let me tweet butts.
Yeah. All right. So obviously, this touches on Twitter and political matters. So the comments are wonderful. So I'm going to read this first comment from Angelvila. For people like this, those internal Twitter employees / engineers are too busy policing social political message in their platform rather than doing their actual engineering works. On the other hand, this level of infiltration could only be mean that so many, if not all, million / billion accounts are already compromised. Better change your password today, peeps, or better completely leave them altogether, which sounds appropriate, you know, to let these employees / engineers focus on their socio-political activism unhindered with actual works of technically operating the platform. So it's just like this fucking dumbass is saying like, there's big SJWs and that's why they got hacked.
So you are familiar with the STEM field. Is it true that in every business that has any engineering whatsoever, there's a big lever on the wall, and on one side it says SJW, and on the other side it says engineering?
That's
and you have to have it switched one way or the other.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, at my own engineering job, I'm constantly sneaking back there to switch it to social justice, but but the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting my supervisor, and he switches it back to engineering. But one of these days, I'm gonna fucking switch it and break the handle off, and we're just gonna be a social justice engineering company.
Finally.
And so that's like the gem.
I do like this guy who said people actually believe that oligarchs give back.
Yeah.
And laughing.
Laughing. Here it is. Here's the fucking cherry on top of the shit sundae. That Anga B comment, like someone's like replying to it while quoting it. From Demetrios, well said! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. There's a lot of exclamation points. You win best comment for the year!
Oh my god.
Imagine fucking reading that and saying, you win best comment of the year. Like, it's barely even, like, comprehensible.
Oh, I don't know. It's just commenting in general, you've already lost if you're commenting. Seems to be my take on this. I did love that this happened all around, because this was piggybacking off something that would happen all the time in Elon Musk's replies, is that somebody would just hack like a absolutely no name like football star. I mean, no, it's not like, you know, he's known in Spain or whatever, but he does not have a lot of worldwide followers. So he'd be like 3,000 followers, but he's verified. Somebody would hack his account and change it to Elon Musk with his avatar.
Oh,
and
yeah.
be like, what's up? You've been picked. Just prove that you have Bitcoin by giving me Bitcoin, and I'll give you 10 times the amount back. And it was always just like, Elon, I'm waiting.
Oh my God.
When does anybody know how long it takes to get your money back?
Jesus Christ. I think I'll just continue with like some news stories.
I found maybe we can wrap up with this one for the tech spot part. I just clicking around found this E3 2020 analysis shows significant shift towards female protagonists in games. And it's just a who's who of all of the comments that you would expect. Has just been like, well, you know, actually, it's good when female protagonists are in the game, so I can look at their asses.
Oh my God!
What about the 1,000 other genders asking for a friend?
Look at this one from Viddly T. Because Computer World wasn't unrealistic enough, following Hollywood's modern-day propaganda trash.
He's a member of the Tech Spot elite.
Yeah, the Hollywood propaganda that women exist.
I like this guy who's just like, gee, I hadn't noticed. Like, he was just like, he's so furious about it.
Look at this fucking shit. It's like fucking, like, the fucking amount of female protagonists is 18%. That's what they're complaining about. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
And it's just like plenty of just like, actually, men are biologically predetermined to play video games.
Men are biologically. Sorry. It's in men's DNA that we're the protagonist of video games. Fuck me, that's so stupid. Oh my God. Quantum Physics said, what's sad is that putting female protagonists into a game in no way empowers females in general or changes the fact that it is a male-dominated hobby. Nor does it change the fact that mostly men will earn money for being the heads of R&D. Just slapping a female face on something changes nothing. Well, I mean, that part is true, but...
It is, I mean,
empowers
the kernel of truth.
Females.
But they're not saying it because, like, they recognize that there needs to be some kind of, like, deeper material reality to feminism other than just the protagonist being in the video game. They're just like, it doesn't matter because
it doesn't matter that they're women, but it would matter to me if it was all men, because that's what I want.
Exactly.
But like, people who fucking say, like, use female when they mean women are fucking freaks. Just like awful fucking assholes.
I mean, there's a reason why it was hilariously underscored by the Ferengi in Star Trek.
Yeah, pretty much. This is so fucking stupid. Like, there's too many stupid comments to read, but here's one that I like. Just a reminder that Tomb Raider came out in 1996. Lol.
Oh yeah, that's your one, ladies. Oh my God.
Fuck me. From Noel24. I'm gonna sound kind of sexist, but it depends on the point of view. First or third. I kind of like watching that butt moving ever since Max Payne 2 came out. Fuck me. These people are just like hooting apes. All right. Yeah, we can move on. This
pretty much. I mean, this we got to a classic here in these comment section.
Getting mad at comment sections, but yeah, TechSpot. If you feel like losing some brain cells, I highly recommend reading the comments on just like WCCF Tech, TechSpot. Any will do. Any gaming site basically. will have just the biggest hooting moron chuds. What did you want to show?
Okay, well, I heard we had a mini episode, and I didn't have anything particular to bring, so I put together just a quick, everybody loves listicles, so I brought a top 5. And I have not shared with you of top 5 most bullshit things to me right now.
Okay.
And these aren't necessarily like brand new current event items, just where I am in my heart.
Okay.
Okay. So at number 5, the number 5 most bullshit thing going on right now, any holiday that's not Halloween. I've been thinking about it. And that it's like, it's all like, you have dinner on Thanksgiving. Christmas, it's snow, Santa, good for children, maybe. It would be higher on the maybe. It would be higher on the list, except you do get the day off on some of them, and I respect that.
That's true. New Year's. I think we should respect New Year's because it's about blowing shit up with fireworks and not working. I think New Year's is bomb.
That's a strong argument for New Year's. I listen. I accept that for New Year's, but this is part of my campaign to subsume Halloween throughout the entire year as holidays, and each holiday is just like a Halloween version of the current holiday. So it's just like on Arbor Day, it's just like it's a plant-based horror.
Okay. So
and so it's like
I thought like okay, so you've just created like the night before Christmas. What was that fucking thing called? The Nightmare Before Christmas?
The Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, yes, it would be during Christmas. It would basically just be the Nightmare Before Christmas. It's true.
I see, but you want to apply this to like the shitty little holidays that nobody pays attention to because they don't get
and the shitty big holidays. Like I think instead of Thanksgiving, there is just like a Children of the Corn themed like harvest holiday. Or Wicker Man themed, we have to sacrifice. That's
okay, so it's like, here's my pitch, right? It's like Thanksgiving where all your family comes over and eats a giant feast, but the feast is just candy. Just a fucking table covered with like fucking sugar. And you just like fucking all die. It's not over till you die of diabetes, basically. You're not allowed to eat like anything that has real substance to it.
That's just a Tuesday night here in North Carolina.
Okay, kids, come get your dinner. Just fucking opens up a bag full of Tootsie Rolls and spills it onto the table. And it's just like that video of the ducks eating peas, just like
pretty much. Exactly.
And that's why Reese is so normal.
All right, so number 4.
All right.
Number 4 most bullshit thing.
I like this concept, though. I want to hear more pitches for, like, different holidays. What else you got? You said Arbor Day would be, like, a plant-based, like, horror theme, like Little Shop of Horrors? Feed me, Seymour!
Exactly. Now you're getting it. President's Day is basically a day where...
Isn't that horrifying enough?
Well, exactly. It's exactly the same as it already is. We just read about the presidents in quiet silence. It's like the real
just read about U.S. atrocities. Okay, Memorial Day, like horror. We just dress up as dead soldiers.
Exactly. It's always like, there's the World War II zombie movie or whatever, that kind of genre.
Black Friday is horrifying enough.
Yeah, Black Friday is basically the Purge.
Black Friday is just like every fucking John Romero like zombie movie. I think if you just put on the zombie outfits, it would be virtually identical. Just a swarm of people pressing into the entrance. The only human beings in that scenario are like the minimum wage retail employees.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just holed up in a shopping mall, just like, we have to survive for the next 24 hours for rescue to come.
4th of July would be the Purge. That'd be the day where it's illegal for the rich to kill the poor.
Whoa.
Or it'd be legal. It'd be legal. Sorry. I mean, it's
okay.
already kind
I
of
was
legal,
like,
but just
that, like the
openly
one
legal. I
day out of
misspoke.
the year, it's illegal for them to kill us.
No, I misspoke. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure it's already legal for them to kill the poor.
But like openly, you know, you don't have to go through. You don't have to jump through hoops for MSNBC on the 4th of July.
You don't have to lobby to kill the poor with policy. You can just go out with a shotgun. All right. Sorry to interrupt. What's your next 4 items? We gotta get through this. Okay, so it's not going to be a mini-sode.
Number 4, music reviews.
Okay.
In another server, somebody was hilariously defending Limp Bizkit in a very Pitchfork-esque fashion.
Oh, let me read it. Let me read it. I want to read it so bad. Let me see if I can find it.
It's not even me shitting on Limp Bizkit. Like what you like, I do not care. But it was such a funny sentence to me, and it reminds me how much I loathe whenever people review music.
I know this one because it was I was interacting with the person in question, and my question was, you think it's okay to listen to a band named after Ookie Kookie? And then they said, they are self-consciously dumb and scatological. They have a similar self-conscious irreverence to Primus, while still having a danceable sound. A danceable sound.
Like, I don't know. It's not even like, I understand, like, if you like music criticism, that's not really my issue. But anytime, there's no bigger gulf between me listening to music and feeling that connection, and then people being like, the playful guitars interacting with the mixed down lyrics makes a sound that is just like, makes me want to blow my fucking brains out. And
it's like wine tasting. It's like, earthy with hints of vanilla.
Yeah, exactly. And it just feels very pretentious. And I don't know, in general, I like, my stance on music is just like, since I don't really know music very well, I'm just like, all music is a mystery that's magic and beautiful, and yes. I don't care, but
except for Limp Bizkit.
Except for Limp Bizkit. But like, you know, that's a silly naivete. But in general, I think talking about music so often in that Anthony Fantano way is very grating to me. So that's why it's number 4 on this list.
I don't know if Anthony Fantano does like the pitchfork thing.
He's a lot better than most, I think. Like he feels like he knows what he's talking about, but the pitchfork thing is.
Listen, I've only read one pitchfork review of a band ever, and it made me so angry I never read another one.
That's it. Do you remember what the pitchfork review was?
Yeah, I do. It was a review of like one of my favorite indie bands growing up. So I was like a teenager at the time. And you know, when you're a teen, you just sort of like, my music is so powerful and good. I need to find people that like the same music as me because it's that important. You know that shit?
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean.
Just fucking like, I don't know why when you're growing up, you have like just have powerful opinions about music. Like the song defines me. You know, it's so stupid. But anyway, there was a review of Robbers on High Street, which you may have heard of their most popular song, which is Love Underground. Made famous by it was use in a series called Arby in Chief on YouTube. I'm not even kidding. That's like its viral moment.
I've heard it. I wouldn't claim to be intimately familiar with it, but I've heard the song before.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, but they were reviewing the band as a whole, and they said, like, they basically just said it was like a ripoff of Spoon, but not as good. And I was like, what the fuck? I never even heard of Spoon. And fuck you, reviewer guy, this sucks. And then I tried listening to some of Spoon's songs, and I'm like, I don't like this.
No, I
was predisposed not to listen to like it because, you know, they were shitting on my favorite band to like praise this one.
I've fallen out of love with a lot of criticism in general, but I think music criticism is the one that's the furthest away from the experience of listening to music in general.
Yeah, like why would I take 10 minutes to read a review of a song that takes 3 minutes to listen to? Like, it's literally pointless. Why review music? you can just listen to it and it takes less time and just have your own opinion.
Yeah, exactly. The only music review site, there should be one music review site manned by one person, and all it says is shit slaps or shit does not slap.
That'll be your contribution to the world, Reese.
That's it. That's why I'm ready to be hated by everybody.
Because you'll inevitably disagree with it. Because it's so personal, you know what I mean? It's like, it's so, there's no accounting for taste, right? So like everyone's gonna like something different. And there's no, like, unless you like grow up in a little music bubble with other people who all listen to the same music as you, even among your friends who you agree with like everything on, they're not gonna like the same music as you. It's so diverse. Like, I don't know. Like sometimes you'll like similar. You'll like, there'll be like a cross. It's like a Venn diagram. There'll be like a cross section of music you both like. But there's gonna be a bigger chunk of music that you're just gonna think is weird. Like you remember, like, you know, Death Twerk. That's something I enjoy, and Reese, Reese condemns, and why I'm gonna dox him for saying shit does not slap on his Reese Reviews music site.
I don't remember Death Twerks.
I don't think you ever listened to it. I think I just said I can make you 3-piece suits out of bitches. I can make you 3-piece suits out of bitches.
I thought that was just like you were just trying to make a deal. And I was like, I don't like that.
All right, sorry, continue.
Okay, number 3 on this list, to show that I am a massive hypocrite,
right,
and to go in the other direction, the number 3rd most bullshit thing is the new ABC song. I'm not sure you're familiar with this. This is this was a big thing about a year ago, I guess, but I was just heard about it the other day, and I was fucking furious. So we'll clip this in here, but they have changed the ABC song, and I don't like it.
I see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just listen to a little bit of it, and that'll be
we'll
in
listen
the episode.
to it. We'll listen to it together. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh.
A B C D E F G.
So good so far.
H I J K L M N.
Oof.
O P Q R S T U V W.
What the fuck?
X Y Z.
I'm so glad you understand. This.
Okay, that's enough.
I'm in full. This is what they took from us now. With the ABC. I am full. We need to return to tradition. The first thing in your life, as you learn and grow up, that slaps is the LMNOP part of the ABC song. And they just removed it.
That's 6-year-old Reese saying, shit slaps!
Shit slaps! And I'm just like headbanging to the LMNOP part. And now this is going to just be like, oh, on the ABC bootleg tape, maybe you'll discover it.
Jesus
Maybe
Christ.
not. Maybe you'll never know.
Why did they change it?
It's because it's easier for like children to understand, you know, especially if you're learning disabled. There's a good reason, I guess, behind it, but I just can't.
But we don't care.
I'm a monster. I don't care.
Fuck them kids.
Bullshit, man. It's bullshit.
I love how like the 5 things we've gone through, like 3 of them so far. None of them have been the coronavirus, and one of them is the ABC song.
No, the coronavirus is not on here. The coronavirus makes total sense. It's what the American people deserve.
Holy shit! I mean, as a nation, like as a concept, the United States deserves it. Not necessarily the people.
I mean, you know, I think a lot of the people that we're talking about here aren't really going, yeah, I'm an American. Hell yeah. Mm. You know, are those the people? I don't know if that's who I'm including.
The comment sections of TechSpot deeply deserve coronavirus.
In Minecraft?
Yeah. Okay. I think that's our asses covered. Let's go.
Okay. Number 2.
All right.
The United States election.
Oh man.
I just have to get real here. I'm fucking sick of hearing about it. Not only because I've already voted, but because it's just there was a time in March when I thought that at the very least, even if things didn't go my way, there would be some kind of like element of it that would reflect something better. And that has just not happened at all. It honestly.
I know what you're saying. Like I was so fucking just destroyed when Pete Buttigieg just dropped out. As a rad American myself, I feel like we could have got some representation that mattered on Capitol Hill. And now that dream has been dashed.
The wild dogs will take over this country. Nobody there.
Nobody there to fucking murder stray dogs and cats. This country will be overrun. Well, actually, no. Since he lost, I think the population has gone down by at least 50% now. Because he's just taken out his frustration.
And there's just one thing that like I wanted to underscore is people talking about like, oh, well, look at how progressive the things they're talking about are legalizing weed in the $15 an hour. Like $15 an hour is such a fucking low compromise for this point. Like the weed, like legalized weed is just like something that so many people are in favor of. We're going to make so many fucking conservatives money when it's finally legalized. These are not left-wing positions. I'm sorry. These are fucking basics, and it's just we're asking people to be 20% less insane is not like a left-wing position.
The fucking progressive position of like the Democrats will finally fucking legalize it when like literally everyone in the entire United States is like puffing on live TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And they still somehow won't be able to get it through like a constitutional convention to amend the thing that says it's literally worse than heroin.
The thing that I would like to announce before I move on to number one is that depending on when this comes out, either before Election Day or after Election Day, I am running for president, either in 20 or 2024, depending on what this episode comes out. And I will not mention another thing again, except to say weed is mandatory, and I'll do whatever my mutual followers want. So
exactly,
so follow me now. Maybe I'll follow back, and you can be Secretary of Defense. Wouldn't that be cool?
Ooh, I'm gonna bomb Canada.
Excellent.
Not for any particular reason or like vendetta. I just think it would be cool.
All right.
Oh, by the way, speaking of weed, I would like to describe to you. You know, I've been running some trials recently of testing, product testing, basically, to see which is better, being extremely hammered or extremely high. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also tried it in combination to be hammered and high. And well, I gotta say that it's a little bit like you feel really good when you're high, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you just feel like tingly all over. It's quite a nice sensation. I don't know what it's like for you, but that's what I experience it as. It's like a whole body just warmth, basically.
Yeah, I mean, each enhances the other.
Mm-hmm. And then like. But I feel so fucking confused when I'm high. Like I'm just fucking. It's like ADHD plus.
Yeah,
it's like fucking. I can't fucking like focus on something for more than like 5 seconds, or I just like go off on a wild tangent. But and when I'm drunk though, I can focus, but it's just like the after effects are not nearly as pleasant, and it's like it doesn't. It doesn't feel as good, but it is sort of like it does remove like inhibitors, which I quite enjoy. So I don't know. It's a bit of a toss-up.
I kind of feel differently depending on the strain.
Right.
Is like I feel kind of locked in when I'm high, and I can make it like I can't easily lose focus if too many demands are made of me. But it's like I feel like when I'm playing a game or listening to music or whatever, weed locks me in. And drinking, I feel kind of the opposite, is just like I'm super sloppy and all over the place.
Interesting.
I love everybody 1 second.
I have edited multiple episodes of this show while drunk as fuck and could not do it while high. Like I've tried to edit while high, and I'm just sort of like, this is boring, and then switch to something else.
I have edited a episode while high.
which
I
is
don't
why
know.
this is such a popular and high quality program.
So here's what I'm hearing
Right.
is that you could drive drunk but not high. While for me,
Look, motor reflexes are a different thing to focus. You know what I mean?
I am. Are they though? You know,
I would argue yes. I would strongly discourage our listeners from drunk driving to see if they're better at it while drunk or high.
Listen, I'm not going to encourage you to drink and drive. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Is what
Exactly.
I'm saying.
Yeah, we're not cops. You fucking drink and drive.
Cops.
Yeah, you fucking drink and drive if that.
We are the only podcast that is not also the CIA. We are telling you. Okay, I think that's enough of that.
Okay, well, all right. Let's get to the last number on the list.
Okay, number one, most bullshit thing
Right.
out there. It's a tie
Mm-hmm.
between gravity and math. The bullshit,
Interesting.
folks. Math, I will give you this. Addition and subtraction are real. 2 apples and 2 apples together, there's 4 apples. Multiplication is fancy addition. Division is fancy subtraction. Anything
my
beyond that is propaganda that Sally Mae sells you, so you'll get a college loan and learn about it. It's all logarithms.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac Newton just invented them because he thought God was a divine clockmaker. You know, he just wants to sell you the church.
Did you say clockmaker or cockmaker?
Clockmaker. Isaac Newton was the divine clockmaker.
I mean, God makes all things, so he has made pretty divine cocks.
True. And gravity. I mean, it's very simple. Doesn't exist.
Interesting.
It's not real.
Interesting.
Prove that gravity is real. Give me a gravityometer that can get off Amazon and measures it. What they don't want you to know.
I can get you a gravityometer. It's called a rock.
It's called a rock.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that the way things work is that the air pressure on the Earth pushes things down. I get that. I understand that, Alton. Everything else beyond that, of these mystical forces, that's just I fucking love science talk. It's bullshit.
Nice. I mean, I really can't. The thing is, I really can't relate to that math sucks thing because, like, obviously, I became an engineer because I'm a giant nerd who enjoys doing math. And the first time I got really fucking high, I took a shower, and while I was in the shower, I was thinking about math problems, like how to create a formula that like replicates like x to like the power of x or some shit like that. It was very stupid, but I was very fascinated with it at the time.
That's how Isaac Newton created calculus. He got baked as fuck.
Exactly.
And got into his his bath, his filthy English bath.
Now I
and he was just like, and he just started, riffing.
He pinched one out, and like a log floated to the surface of the water. It's like logs.
Exactly. Now we're talking.
Now I will say that like I'm a big fan of algebra, big fan of geometry, huge fan of trigonometry. Trig is like my favorite math ever. Like I think trig, like sine, cosine, tangent, it's so useful. It's so fun to like figure out angles and shit, and it's something you use in like not a daily basis, but semi-regularly, because it is something that's very applicable to physics, like calculating percentages of force and whatever, vectors and shit like that. But I think at calculus is where math starts to lose me a bit. Like calculus is fine. I like calculus. Differential equations, it starts getting a little bit bullshit. Logarithms have always just been, I don't fucking get them, and I hate them. I managed to fucking learn by rote how to answer like all the logarithm questions, and I don't remember anything about them somehow, despite doing like fucking 3 years of math.
I'll tell you why. algebra, trigonometry, I'll grant you maybe have some grounding because they are basically extremely complicated and advanced versions of addition and subtraction.
Sure.
Once you get to calculus, that goes out the window. At that point, you're just like you're doing you're having your head canon where the X and Y and all the logarithms are having this fun little party together. You have to solve the answer, otherwise you flunk out of college. And so you tell them what they want to hear.
And then you become
eventually
a
you're
podcaster
indoctrinated.
like us, unfortunately. It's the only line of work. It's the only line of work available to the fail sons of America.
Well, it's the only line of work where you're allowed to tell the truth about gravity.
All right, so I guess that's everything for now. We probably should wrap up since it's like we're at like the 53-minute mark.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Mini-sode.
Yeah. Medium-sode.
Medium-sode. All right. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Now Keely waits it out. She's only young enough for some things, healing the sick and dumb. In low on the radar, the smoking gun.